You know, it's funny, isn't it? We hear all this advice about saving money, and it's
Right.
always like being lectured
It's like,
about how to be more responsible, and
yeah, yeah, no, absolutely.
it can be a real drag, you know?
It's not the most inspiring,
No, not
not
a.
the most inspiring thing in the world.
So we thought we'd try something a little different for this deep dive
Okay.
because honestly, what is inspiring
What is inspired?
is people who are out there
Totally.
chasing their dreams,
Yeah.
building something from scratch.
Building a business. Yeah.
Exactly. Starting businesses.
Mm.
And as it turns out, those entrepreneurial journeys,
Mm.
they actually hold some really
Yeah.
surprising and useful lessons about saving money,
Totally.
no matter what your financial goals are.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So we found this fascinating piece. It's all about starting a business.
Okay.
And it really struck us how many parallels there are
Yeah.
between launching a successful business and building a solid financial future for yourself.
Yeah, that's really interesting because I think
It is, right?
we don't often connect those two worlds.
That's what makes it a deep dive.
Right. Absolutely.
We love to make those unexpected connections.
Yeah.
So one of the first things this piece really hammered home
Mhm.
was, let's say someone wants to start like a mug business,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
They can't just kind of be like, "Oh, I like mugs."
Right. You got to be,
It's got to be more than that, right?
yeah, they actually use the phrase, you have to have.
Oh,
You have to have a mug obsession.
yeah, a mug
You
upset,
have to be obsessed with mugs.
which I love
Yeah.
because it's such a funny, specific thing.
It is. Yeah.
But then when you think about it,
Yeah.
that passion is important for anything you want to achieve.
It's huge. Right. So if
If
you,
it's mugs or money.
whether it's mugs or money or anything,
Exactly.
you have to have that driving force behind it.
And so how that translates to saving is you can't just be like, oh, it'd be nice to have more money.
Right.
You need that clear vision.
Exactly. You have to define your why, right?
Yes. Your why.
Like, what are you actually saving for?
Yeah, what's the dream?
Yeah. Is it that down payment on your dream home?
Oh, that's a good one.
Is it early retirement?
Ooh, even better.
Right. Is it making sure your kids can go to college without debt?
That's a big one.
Like all of those things
Huge.
require different strategies.
Yeah.
They require different approaches. Just like if you were starting a business, you can't just be like, oh, I'm going to sell to everybody. You have to kind of define your target market.
Exactly. It's so true.
And the same thing with saving.
I love that. Okay, so you've got your why.
You got your why.
You're obsessed with your goal.
Right.
You're not just casually into it.
Mm-hmm.
But, in the business world, passion alone doesn't guarantee a sale.
No, not at all.
You've got to know what you're doing, right?
You got to have a plan.
Yes.
A plan. Just be like, oh, I love mugs and expect people
Yeah.
to show up at your door and
And just throw money at you.
throw money at you. Exactly.
Well, this is where the research part comes in.
Exactly. Yeah, the research is huge. And they talk about this in the piece.
They really stress
We
me.
really emphasized the importance of researching your market,
Yes.
knowing your customers.
So how do we apply that to saving?
Well, think of it this way.
Okay.
Researching your market in the financial world is like understanding
Yes.
your options.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, got it.
It's knowing what's out there, what's available to you.
Yeah, it's more than just like, oh, I have a savings account, good to go.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
There's a whole world
There are so many different
of options out.
tools and strategies and accounts and things you could do.
Yes, yes, yes.
So it's about getting educated on what those options are.
So what kind of things, like, what would be an example
Yeah.
of something you'd want to research?
One of the big ones is going to be risk tolerance.
No, okay, risk tolerance, yeah. Explain that to us.
So risk tolerance is basically how comfortable
Okay.
are you with your investments, fluctuating,
Oh, going up and down.
going up and down. Exactly.
Like the stock market.
Like the stock market.
Yeah.
Right. Some
Yeah.
people are very comfortable with that.
High risk, high reward. Right.
Exactly. They're like, you know what? In the long run, it's going to go up.
They've got the stomach for it.
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other people are like, oh my gosh, if I saw my
I can't even look.
account drop by 10%, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
Right. Right.
So that's a big part of it.
Okay, so knowing yourself, basically.
Knowing yourself,
So
exactly.
much risk you can handle
How much risk you can handle
without panicking.
without freaking out.
Oh.
Exactly. And then the other big one is your investment timeline.
Timeline. Okay.
So how long
How long are we talking here?
are you investing for?
Yeah, is this a 5-year plan? Is this a 30-year plan?
Exactly right. If you're saving for a down payment on a house
Mm-hmm.
and you're hoping to buy that house in 2 years,
Yeah.
you're going to invest your money very differently
Way differently.
than if you're saving for retirement.
Right.
in 30 years.
Okay, so that makes total sense.
Right.
Because you have less time to make up for any losses.
Exactly.
If it's a short-term goal.
If it's a short-term goal.
So you'd probably want to play it a little safer.
You probably want to go a little bit more conservative. Yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Right. So, for example, if you're saving for that down payment and you need the money in a few years, you don't want to risk it all in the stock market.
Right. Yeah, that's scary.
Right. Because if the market crashes,
yeah, you're sunk.
You're in trouble. Yeah. So in that case, something like a high-yield savings account.
Okay, so that's a little safer.
A little bit safer, yeah. Or a certificate of deposit, a CD.
Okay.
Those are going to be a better fit because they offer more stability.
Stability, yeah. You know what you're getting.
You know what you're getting.
Exactly. So even if it's not the huge gains.
Exactly.
Okay.
But if you're investing for retirement and you have 30 years, you have time to ride out
the ups and downs.
The ups and downs, exactly.
Right.
So in that case, something like a low-cost index fund that tracks the stock market might actually be a better fit.
Okay, because even if it dips, you have time to recover.
Exactly, you have time to recover.
So it all depends on your timeline.
It all depends on your timeline.
Okay, wow, that's really interesting.
Right. So it's all about, again, going back to that research, understanding what's out there.
What works for you?
What works for you?
Not just what worked for your friend or your...
or what you heard on some
random podcast.
Exactly.
Right. So, okay, we've got the passion, we've got the research. But there's one more piece.
One more piece.
To this puzzle, and that is, of course, taking action.
The action, yeah, absolutely.
Right. You can have all the best intentions in the world, but if you don't actually have a plan...
Right.
And stick to it...
Yeah, execution is everything.
It's everything.
You could have the best idea in the world,
yeah.
But if you don't execute on it...
It's meaningless.
It doesn't matter, yeah.
Right. So this is where that entrepreneur in this piece, they really got down to business, literally, because they emphasize the importance of a business plan.
A plan. Yeah, we got to have a plan.
So how do we apply that to saving?
Well, I think you can think of your savings plan as like a business plan for your future self.
Ooh, I like that.
Right. Just like you wouldn't
financial future.
Start a business without a plan.
Right.
You shouldn't approach your savings without a plan either.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right. So what are your goals?
Yeah, goals are big. Your timeline.
How much you need to save?
Yeah, exactly. How are you going to track your progress?
Exactly.
All of those good things.
All the important stuff, yeah.
Yeah. And you know what I like about having a plan?
With that?
It makes it feel less overwhelming.
It's huge.
Because when you're just like, oh, I need to save more money.
Right.
It's this big amorphous blob of stress.
It's this nebulous thing.
Yeah. It's like, where do I even start?
Where do you even start?
But when you break it down into manageable steps, it's like, okay, I can do this.
Right. You can chip away at it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what this whole connection between entrepreneurship and personal finance is all about.
Yeah.
It's about taking control.
Taking control, being proactive.
Exactly.
Not just letting your finances happen to you.
Right. Exactly. Being intentional about it.
Exactly. Exactly.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the unexpected world of entrepreneurial saving...
Love it.
I want to leave you with a little bit of homework, a little something to think about.
I love homework.
Don't worry, it's not actual homework.
Okay, good.
But it's a thought-provoking question.
Okay, hit me.
So imagine your savings plan is a business.
Okay.
Right?
I like it.
What is its unique value proposition?
Ooh, that's good.
What makes it stand out?
I like that a lot.
How will it help you achieve those financial dreams?
That's a great question to end on.
Think about it, and we'll see you next time.